everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Rad from Radcrochet. So you've just finished your pretty coasters and you've had so many colors, but now you've got so many ends to weave in. I'm going to show you how to make it look from this to this. So let's begin. For this tutorial, you will need a darning needle. And what we'll do is we'll work in pairs. So these two are a pair because they're from the same round. These two are a pair because they're from the same round, and so on. In total, I think I have 5 pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to start with the outer one first. What you'll do is get this thread and weave it through your needle. Once it's in like so, what we're going to do is work our way through here and to this thread so we could tie a knot. Now I'm going to show you how I do this, and I'm going to make sure it doesn't show on the other side. So just going to work in through the middle of these, and once I'm happy and I know it's not showing through the other side, I'll pull my needle through like so, pull it out, and then I'm going to tie a knot. This is just to make sure my coaster is going to be really secure and not going to come apart. So I normally tie a knot 3 times just to be super sure. So that's one end done. And don't worry too much because these knots will not really show that much at the back of the coaster. You see? Right, let's move on to our other pair. So I like to work my way in from the outer rounds. Now we're going to weave this end in through our darning needle. Right, once it's in like so, we're just going to find our way from here to here. So let's do that. And you can work in any direction you want. So if you wanted to weave in this thread, you could. I'm just gonna, it's really whatever makes sense to you and whatever will hide the thread best. So I'm just going to go in here and right through here. So that was quite quick. So like before, pull the needle and then you're going to tie a knot. Well, not one, not a knot, 3 knots. And if you want 2, it really is up to you. Now we're going to move on to, oh, I missed that one. So let's do that one. This time I'll show you if I were to do it from the bottom, but normally I choose the thread that's the longest, like this one. So let's start with this side now. I'm just going to put this through my needle. Right, it's through my needle, and shorter ends are normally more difficult to work with. So I'm going to show you after this how to work with a super short thread. So as you can see, I'm just going through here and trying to make my way through to the other side. I've not made my needle visible on the other side, and I'm just going to pull through. I always try and leave my ends quite long for weaving in purposes, but I'll show you in a bit how to deal with super short ends. Just tying my knot 3 times. Right, okay, so say we have this and it's super short, but we want to weave it into this side. What I'll do is I'm going to insert my needle first, like so, to the other end, right? And then when I've done that, only then am I going to weave my end through here. So let me try show you. So I've weaved my needle in to where I want it to be, and I've got my end, and I'm just gonna put it through my darning needle over here. I'm gonna make sure I get all of them through. Yep, see, I've got all of it through now. This is if your end was really short, and I'm just going to pull it through. Like so. That trick is quite handy to know actually, because sometimes I have ended up with super short ends. And I believe we've got one more to do before we cut all off our ends. It's just this one to do now. So I'm just going to weave the long part through my needle and show you it one last time. Right, this is my last example of how to weave in for your coasters. So when you've got it, things like this, what you'll do is just find your way around. So I'm just going to go through there, and I've pretty much found my other end, like so. Pull my needle through and make 3 knots, and I'm going to show you the most satisfying bit in just a second. So after your 3rd knot, what you'll do is get your scissors. I'm using my kitchen ones because they're my crafty ones. And what you'll do is go close to the knot as possible and just snip. Close to the knot as possible and snip. So I'm just going to go ahead and snip all these ends off. And to be honest, you can snip these ends off as you're weaving it in, but I leave it at the end. So we're nearly done, and I'll show you the end result. And last 2 left. Right, snipped all our ends off, and this is how the back of our coaster looks. We know it's super secure because we've tied in knots, and it still looks very pretty. So thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it and you've learned how to weave in your ends. Please subscribe for more tutorials and have a great day.